presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Ben in San Jose. Ben, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I just wanted to thank you and your team and everything. I've been using your technique with the 10-minute charts, watching the VIX, and just making a fortune here on the futures.
Isn't it interesting? That's awesome, man.
It's wonderful. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day in the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Don't make assumptions. Disconcern the truth. The problem with making assumptions is that you believe they're the truth. We make an assumption, we misunderstand, we take it personally, then what do? We react by sending emotional poison with our word. This creates a whole big drama for nothing. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 61, NASDAQ off 66, S&P's down 24, gold contract down $12.40, traded at $17.63 an ounce. We have silver down 51 cents, $21.21 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $3.63, $81.88 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year note down 18 ticks, trading 112.20. The 30-year down 17 at 125.28 in King dollar. King dollar's up by 382 ticks, 106.663. Euro's at 103. Yen is at 140. And the British pound is at 118 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Well, bottom line is that, we pulled back yesterday. We had lighter volume. Today, you're going to have lighter volume also, I suspect. But what's happening is we have divergence. Here's what the divergence is. We're coming into the bar of strength. The strength, was last week. Was last Friday, I think, right? Yeah, Friday. So you went up with 141 million shares. Well, the top of that range is 95. Well, the SPY is at 92, 392. So when you get something like that, it's like, okay, you want to go to the bottom of that bar. And what you do have here is that you have a gap. We have that gap that's wide open. So if it gets down to the bottom of the bar, it's telling me it's going to fill the gap. So that's going to get really intriguing. Now, that would still be an ABC structure up, and that turns into a complex one. Because when you go by under the B point again, the B point is 390, which the ABC structure up is 411.03, and the swing point is 411.73. So that's kind of how it's set up right now, and we'll see how this shakes out. Now, that's the SPY. When we get into the Qs, it's a different story, because what the Qs have done, the Qs have rejected the highs of that bar, and the highs of that bar in the Q is 383.04. So we're going to bring up the futures for a second right on this update, because I want to see if we close under that 383.05 rather, then that is saying they're going to go to the bottom of the bar also, and that's pretty easy to do. So let's bring them up right now. NQs, see what this looks like. Okay, so. Oh, I see you've been building cars here. Oh, yeah. We're going down there, man. Yeah. Look at this. Okay, so see these 4 bars? When you get something like this, the giveaway was the last bar here. See, let's open this more so you can see it. These are all 10-minute bars, right? So you come down. Well, first off, we get to a high out here is that 11,827, right? So we come down, and you can see the bar 20 minutes ago had 9,000 contracts. Then you try to go higher with 6, and then we go lower with 10. That's saying it's going to break down. So that's telling me that the Qs are also going to get under that. The next move here for the futures is 11,637, and that's 30 points lower. And we'll see how that shakes out. That's telling me, if we go back to the Qs again, that you do have a higher probability, much higher probability, that we will get down to this 283.05 rather, 283.05. If you close underneath it, then you're going to have harmony in the marketplace. Harmony meaning specifically that's what the SPYs want to do, that's what the Qs want to do. Now, we got to go over to the dollar, because the dollar, we know the dollar's what it's all about. We're talking about the dollar every day. Bottom line, the dollar goes up at all, and you get croaked, right? So the benchmark on this dollar is 106.281. You close over it, the dollar wants higher price. Right now, we're over it by 400 ticks. We got to a high out here. And, when you really look at it, when you start putting these things together, it would make sense. I mean, the dollar went straight down, and what does happen, though, is that if we get a 0.382 retracement, that's a 108.306, and a 108.306 will put some selling in the marketplace. Notes and bonds. We go to the note and bond market. We take a look at the 10-year first, and we have with the 10-year, it looks to me like we're still on a counter-trend bounce. And the swing of the 10-year, which is a 0.382, let me look at this too. Also, yeah, the swing point's perfect. 113.30 is the swing. My take is that we're going to get up to that level. That's what this is looking. And now that's divergence too, because that would be a relief. So we'll see how that shakes out. And bottom line, it's going to keep coming back to the dollar. Let's go to the gold contracts and take a look at gold. What do we have for gold out here? Gold's down $13. We are trading down with 161,000 contracts. And you're going into monster contracts. This is pretty cool. You're going into 300,000. The top of 300,000 is 1760. We hit 1756. It rejected it thus far. So we'll see how the rest of that's going to shake out. But what you do have here is that you have a market that's pulling back. It's pulling back with light volume, high volatility, no doubt about that. And then we got to go give the crypto story, man. I mean, the bottom line is that, this Bankman-Fried, man, if the Justice Department ever gets hold of him, it's going to be so interesting, man, because this is like getting as bizarre as it's amazing, folks, okay? So the receiver this morning comes out, and bottom line is that it's not only him, his head of engineering. So they get two personal loans to him. One's for, I think, $2 million, billion rather. He definitely has a personal loan to himself for $1 billion. He has a personal loan to his head of engineering for $558 million, and then he has his head of digital marketing for $55 million. I mean, this thing is like insane. What's going on? I mean, it's like, could you imagine, the amount of big money, too, that got taken to the cleaners here, man, is amazing. And it's just, yeah. I mean, this is just an out-and-out, take the money, run. And as everyone said, he came out of nowhere and had billions. Yeah, and everyone else has billions. It's like, really? Dow's down 119, Nasdaq's up 97, S&P's up 32. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kakestat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kakestat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading down 139. We get the NASDAQ off 101. S&Ps are off 34. And I think we got this Q's right under this level already. There it comes. Yeah, you're at 283.11. It's 283.05. Let's just put this Q's. And there you go. You get small ABC down. So we just had here. So check this out. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay. So you got an ABC down intraday now. 286. 286 what? 286.31. 283.34. See, it's basically $3. That's 281.39. So you get an intraday ABC. You can see this down. You just took it out. Here's the B point. B point is 725 million. Just blew it away. Now watch this. See, when you come up to these swings, and this, it doesn't matter when you do this, folks. You know, intraday, daily, weekly, monthly. They all work the same way. That's what makes it so robust. So what happened here is that you had 728.5 million. But watch how it came into it. It was coming into it 900. So your probability goes much higher. It's going to break it. Sure enough, it broke. It was still on the bar with 1 billion, with what, 106 million. So bottom line is, this is saying, what I say, $3. This is going down to lows again. That's how this is shaking out. That's what we're going to be shaking, baking here. So what that also says is that we're going to be pulling back tomorrow. I mean, that's how that seems to set up. So let's take a look at if there's a few Franco-Nevada. The question is here is that they're trying to get in. They didn't get in. Franco-Nevada made a nice run, and now you're down 342. Okay, Franco-Nevada, and in 10 trading days, it went from 116 all the way up to 143. That's how Franco-Nevada trades, by the way, too. So let's take a look at this. Okay, the way that I would do this is that first I would take your last run and see what the 0.382 is, okay? So the 0.382 on this, it happens to be 132. 132.79. Let me get rid of that so we can see. So 132.79 is that number, right? And then you look at the top of this big bar as 135. Well, if it goes to 132, guess what? That means it's going to the bottom of that bar. So, if you're long some of these, you got to really think this through. do you really want to take that heat? I'd be careful because it looks to me, and I'm really glad you brought up Franco-Nevada because I was trying to figure out a couple others haven't done this yet, meaning, and when you get gaps like this, folks, okay, this is a gap at a high, because you can say it's an island top too, okay, but I suspect what it is because there's so many gaps in this. When you gap around like this, up and down, that probability-wise is a consolidation, which would make sense, by the way, okay? Because if you have a consolidation and we went up with volume inside the metals market, if you have a consolidation and you do go up with volume, that sets up, some really nice trading because it's building a bigger floor, and that bigger floor basically will power strength. That's what it does. Let's go over to the oil market. The oil market's taking a hit out here today. We take a look at this contract here. The oil market is going after this swing point. Now, it has light volume, but the bottom line, we're going after it. The swing point we're talking about here is this 81.30. You hit 81.40. I suspect it's going to go right after it. I mean, not today because you're already down pretty good. Now, if we put oil on a continuous contract and set this up, put this on a couple weeks. Couple of years, sorry. Yeah, they were going to the lows, man. So this is going to be really intriguing watching oil shake out here. Because what oil has just done is this. Oil's gotten a lower range, and that lower range can bring oil all the way down to $67. Let me set this up for you. See that range? We're in this range. Good, man. That's the range. You ducked into the range. Last time it did reject lower price at $76. That was 8 weeks ago. But once you're in it again, if you're a long oil, man, get out of the way. Because my take is that this is, once you get in a range, now we're not, we're in that range $3, man. $3 sets up, $76 all the way down to $66. That's how that reads. They love hanging in these ranges, particularly oil. Oil loves ranges. They stay in ranges a long time. And then they'll either jump in the higher range and they stay in that a long time. Then they jump in the lower range and they stay in that a long time. So we get over and we take a look at the GDX. So take a look at, the couple of the ETF structures here. It's doing the same thing. Interesting. Yeah, they're all doing the same thing. So the first gap on the GDX is 27.02, and we're at 27.0 right now. This hasn't gotten a lower range yet, but let me go look at Royal Gold because Franco-Nevada, Royal Gold, those are the streamers. And most of the time what ends up happening, Royal Gold's down 380. Royal Gold, 102.42. It's only just getting into that bar. You get light volume. These are nice setups, folks. And my take is that, you've gone up with volume, you're pulling back with lighter volume, but we know how this works, man. Meaning, you can pull back further than you want on lighter volume. If you miss the buy in the gold market or in the silver market, you should be setting something up. That's what I would be doing. I'd be setting something up because if you set it up prior to getting in, meaning you have an equity you like, you get a price structure you like, it's much easier buying it. And you're not going to get the total low. But the bottom line is that you could get something when you have the identification, and the identification is price and volume. When you have the identification that you're up in volume, you pull back at lighter volume, your probability is much higher that you're going to go higher again. And, if we look at the Dow Industrials, let's just look at the Dow because you can see from this morning, even to now, you have a down market, but nothing heavy. Inside the Dow out here, you're pulling back. We'll see how it shakes out. What you want to remember is this. Now, check this out. This is going to be crazy because we're already at the 17th. The way Thanksgiving works, right, this is the only time that we close on that Friday. And I'm sure all you Tigers and Tigers that have been around a while, that Friday, they can move markets everywhere, wherever they want to move them. And they can move them in an extraordinary way. It's a half a day. We're coming up to it. It's a 3-day work week next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thanksgiving's Thursday. half a day Friday. You can expect this volatility to stay. And it looks to me like, tomorrow you're going to pull back too. That's how this seems to be setting up right now. It'll be a pullback with lighter volume. We'll see how this dollar reacts. And, when you only have 3 full trading days next week, you also got to remember that at noon on Wednesday, people are going to be splitting. The Dow Industrial's down 150, Nasdaq's down 112, S&P's off 38. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 145. Nasdaq's up 106. S&Ps are off 36. So I was just doing that, folks. I was looking for... So check this out. This is pretty amazing, actually. And they've changed this article a little since this morning. So this goes back to Bankman-Fried again, but this time it's all about the futures. And, thank God there's a few smart people inside of the futures, including Terry Duffy. And what it's about is this, right? And a few of you may just remember this, okay? So you had Bankman-Fried. He had a proposal in, and what the proposal specifically was for that he would basically take out all the middlemen in the futures market. Now, the way futures work, folks, is that you and I trade the futures, right? Let me just show you here. So if we do this, so you can see this in real life, how this works. Okay, so I'm going to put the NQs up. Okay, when we trade the NQs per contract, you can see this right down here. Per contract, you're putting 17,000 up. So 17,300. The secondary is 15,000. Well, for every 17,000 that we're trading, it's $232,000. So you can see the leverage is pretty amazing, right? So what the proposal was, and then he got close to this, because listen to this, man. This is what I'm trying to find this one article, and it's going to be interesting if these big power hitters got this. I don't think they got it to change, but to make a long story short is this. When you have a proposal in front of the CTFC, the CFTC, okay? And he had the application in there. What it is that you need letters, comment letters, okay? Well, the bottom line is that he had heavy duty, huge, I got it, I love it. Here, let me bring it over. Unbelievable. This is crazy. Look at this. He had behind him, right? These people wrote letters. Now, this you talk about a black eye? This is unbelievable. Look at this. It won praise from the vulnerable group of financial industries titans, including Fidelity Investments, Fortress Investment Group, Susquehanna International, and Virtu Financial. Okay? Were among hundreds who penned letters to the CTFC to support his vision. This is unbelievable, man. Now, what we should get out of this is that, and this is where that whole Lehman, smartest men or smartest traders in the world in one room or something. I forget the name of this book. And what that's about is that how everyone got taken to the cleaners. This is the same thing, man. This is unbelievable. And the bottom line is that, Duffy's been around for a long time, man. I met this guy years ago. I don't know him personally, but he was a guy that was and is a trader on the floor. And they went at it for an hour personally at this was in Boca Raton. And Duffy was saying, hey, you're going to blow up the whole system. And it's amazing to me that you have these other people that were on board. And, of course, it's all about money. Duffy's got to protect the exchange. There's no doubt about that. They wanted to rip them apart. The thing that was amazing, the good news is that the CTFC said, you're out of your mind, because he was only putting up $250 million. And so the way that it works inside the futures, all the broker-dealers, I go through TD Ameritrade, whoever you go through with the futures, right? If we don't, we know electronically now, right? The bottom line is that if you get a margin call or if it goes too quick, the electronic systems take you out in a second. But if those electronic systems broke, right, then we would be responsible for it as individual traders, but it's really the brokerage that's responsible for it. And that could have just wiped out, it'd be insane. This is like, I just, I wasn't expecting, I was expecting to talk about it, because as soon as I woke up this morning, that was the first thing that was coming across the tape. Now, it's getting longer, meaning that they're finding out more, because, see, this receiver has only been inside this company for 2 days. So I can imagine, where else this is going to go. And I can tell you this, he's not coming to the United States, man. He's going to do everything in his possibilities to basically not come to the United States, because I suspect if we don't know what the contracts looks like, but I can tell you there'll be the amount of people that have got burnt, the feds are going to find something to get them on, because I just can't picture that you can lend yourself $1 billion and then lend your top guy $550 million and the other, it doesn't make any sense. Let's go into the Dow Industrials and take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow out here. Point-wise out here, you have Apple putting 43 positive points, Amgen 17, Merck 14. Taken away from it, Salesforce minus 41, Home Depot 38, Goldman Sachs 26. If we go inside the NDX 100, we take a look at the strength versus the weakness out here. JD.com's up 7.5%, Cisco's up 4.5%, Baidu's up 4.2%, Pinduoduo's up 3.6%. Taken away from it, look at this. There's some big numbers here, man. You got Mercado Libre down 5.5%. Match.com's off 5.3%. DocuSign's off 5.2%. So you have some real numbers that are coming into this market once again. I mean, the volatility is here. There's no two ways about it. It's here, and it's here in spades. Let's go take a look at Disney and see how Disney come out with their numbers. Bottom line, the stock goes south. It's going south right now, down $2.78. And you're going to get a retest. That's what it looks like. It's, now, the top of that high volume low is 91.10. You get into 91.10, you're going to get down to the bottom of that deal. I mean, look at even a stock like Disney. And the last week, when it went from $86 up to $97. Some of these, it's just amazing, man. I mean, movement is where it's at, but this is pretty amazing. We go take a look at Amazon. And Amazon's pulling back with light volume. And what you want to do, folks, you want to get your head wrapped around and pull up some of these big dogs because it will give you a better probability, risk assessment of this market wants to go higher and or lower. And the more equities that you pull up and it's pulled up with lighter volume, okay, the higher the probability that, you have a pullback, and that pullback's with lighter volume, and this market still wants higher price. We had what happened out here this morning. There's always something that happens, but we were talking yesterday, it was like, okay, this wants to be pulled back. So what happened is that you had Bullard come out, and Bullard is talking about that he thinks the Fed fund rate, is going to end up at 5 to 7%. I think he's right, man. That's the bottom line. Right now we're only at 4. I think it'll be a smaller, 50-50 at a time. If we look at the calendar, the next one is December, let's see, where are you at? December 14th. So that's the last one for the year. And, I expect that, you're going to get at least a half a point. Look at this when you look for a full year, folks. This is amazing. January 26th, we were at 0. 0. March, we're at 0.25 to 5.0. May, 0.75 to 1%. Unreal. And then fire away, baby. June, 1.5 to 7.5, 2.2 to 2.5, 3 to 3, 3.2. Pretty amazing. Fire them up. 877-927-6648. We have the Dow. Dow Industrial's down $110. Nasdaq's up 92. S&P's up 30. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials are down 97, Nasdaq's off 79, S&Ps are off 27. So let's just go look at that Nasdaq again because you got a little snapback here. So the Qs are at, look at this, yeah. Hey, we'll see what shakes out. It's back up at 283.76. And we just went to okay, so you went down to 282.70. Yeah, that has volume there, though. It's not done. Not done yet. See that volume? The volume is 1.1 million down there. First bar up is 885,000, and we're on this bar right now. This has no volume on this bar. We're 3 minutes into it. This bar has 40,000, and you're going against, is that 40 or 400? 400,000. 400,000. You're still going against 1.1. Okay, we'll see whether it's going to hold. It's going to get intriguing, though. There's no doubt about that. Let's go take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA came out with numbers last night. Bottom line, it was bouncing around after the close last night, but it can't hold price. You know, bottom line, you're down 258. The benchmark there is at 157.73, and you're underneath it. Once you're underneath it, let me just see what this was, too. This almost looks like it was a 0.786. Yeah, it almost did. It almost hit a 7.6. So, NVIDIA, if it stays in this bar, then it's going to... Now, see, these are the big dogs that you want to look at, particularly if you're trading the NQs. Because what ends up happening, this is a big part, you know, this can push the NQ around. Let's go to Apple. We know that Apple is the king of the NQ. There's no two ways about that. That's been holding price out here. Yeah, but this is... Yeah, they have nothing else to buy. But I wouldn't be buying Apple right here. Because what's going on is that you can see we made the high, but now what's going on? This is a setup that you don't want to see right now. Because this is saying, more like you fail, you pull back down again. I mean, I think, you know, before Christmas, I think Apple is going to be back up this 157. You know, see that high volume bar? That's a good bar. You know, but what you have here is the contraction of volume is too much today. We're going into 89 million, and they've only done 61 million. We go, let's go to copper. See what the heck happened with copper here. Take a look at the copper contract. That's down 10 pennies. Well, that's not the end of the world, I see. Same thing. See, this is, because the run was so extraordinary and so fast, yeah, that's what's going on here. This is a pullback which turns to lighter volume. You're coming into 164,000 contracts. You've only done 54. Price-wise, you're under the 370, though, and that sets up. You're under the 370. That means you can go to the 341. Man, this is something else. Let's go to take a look at the XLE. I'm really wondering why this. Let me look at this oil market again, because okay, we'll go to the XLE first. So the XLE has been hanging at these highs for quite some time. And what they have, the bottom line is there's no volume up these highs. Now, what happened today is that you filled the gap. The gap is at 90.60. We went to 90.28 and rejected it, So it's going to have another shot. I mean, that's how that works. It has another shot at it. We'll see if we can get any volume. If we go to the OIH, it's probably the same setup. These are different vehicles inside it. OIH, 301.90. No, 309.90. No, 301.90. Oh, I see. It went down to... That's the number right there. 301.90. We went down to 303.76. Yeah, this is not as strong as the XLE. Interesting. Yeah, this could just gap down again. On a longer basis, this OIH looks like it wants to go to 278. And if I bring up the XLE, right now, just a low of 88. It's not the same. That's just not the same. Let's go take a look at the largest copper company in the world out here. Man, Duffy's telling me it's coming back with light volume, which is a beautiful day. Yeah, see, this is just the setup. This was the commodity. This is the commodity run, man. This is what they, you have the run, and you got to, I mean, when you take a look at Southern Copper, bottom line went from $45 up to 61 and 12 trading days. And that's how commodities trade. And that's why you want to peel some off when you get something that is that extraordinary, because that is totally extraordinary. I mean, when you go up 30, 40% in 10 days, I mean, the bottom line is that, this is not the FTX network. We're trading real stocks, and the bottom line is that you don't get those types of moves many times. That's the bottom line. We go take a look at. Let's go take a look at Harmony. So what happened? Harmony actually come out with numbers. They're sticking to their guidance, and it's down 12 cents. It's trading 333. Same setup though. It's a nice setup. Number wise, let's see what they did out here. Well, they took, and they only come out twice a year, folks. The South Africans. So they took $20.7 billion to the top line and made $2.51. And what they're looking for now, what's going to be really intriguing with Harmony, you see these numbers that they have up here? I mean, they are looking this. If they can come in with these fundamental numbers next year, you're going to see some real action, man. Because the differential is that their year is just starting right now, and this year they lost $1.72 a share. Well, they're looking to make $5.70 a share next year. And it gets that bizarre, because you see in 2021 they made $9 a share, then lost $1.72. Next year they're looking to make $5.70. And I suspect, a lot of that's going to have to do with the rand. So the rand dollar, we've talked about this before, what ends up happening in the gold mining business, depending on what jurisdiction that you're trading in, or your mine is in, your expenses are mostly in that jurisdiction. So in Harmony's case, they're all about South Africa. So what they have is that it's the rand that their expenses are in, and this is where it's really cool, and then they get paid in U.S. dollars. So the rand is trading at 17 rand dollars to $1 US. So you can see that their expenses go down dramatically because the rand is so weak in correlation to the U.S. dollar, and then they do get paid U.S. dollars. And what ends up happening in South Africa, I believe the changeover has to be within 3 months, within 90 days. I think it's 90 to 120 days, meaning that their laws of the land, they can't keep their dollars in U.S. dollars. I'm sure they can keep something, but the bottom line is that it has to be changed back into rand, and that probably makes sense, because they got a weak rand right now, but everyone has a weak currency against the U.S. dollar. Dow Industrials right now down 65. You get the Nasdaq off 57. S&P's off 22. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com and hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 56, NASDAQ off 57, S&P's off 21. That's nothing compared to where we were this morning, folks. Let's go to take a look at Schlumberger, SLB. We take a look at Schlumberger out here. Bottom line is that this has come down. You don't have, you need, this is rejected lower price, but you don't have volume at highs here. So this is just telling me that's consolidating and lower price can still come at you there. If we go to ExxonMobil was filling the gap and did the same thing. So we'll see whether it happens at the highs again. You know, if we look at the market out here, folks, we go to the SPY. We take a look at the SPY. What we have out here in the SPY is trading at 393, and it has to be at 395. This still, I suspect it's going to basically come to a lower price. That's telling me it's going to be a lower price tomorrow. The divergence is the Qs. The Qs are over that benchmark. That's saying, hey, you can get to higher price. You know, the benchmark on the Qs is that 383.05. Right now you're at 384.14. And if we go to King Dollar and we take a look at King Dollar, what you have with King Dollar out here is that, let's see, where are we at? Are we at, we're at 106.662. That's saying King Dollar wants higher price, you know. So it's all about King Dollar. And, you know, we'll do this again so you can just get a benchmark down. The benchmark down, number one, the benchmark is that first, you know, the 303, the 106.281. Once it's above it, then it's like, okay, you're going to do a .382 bounce, you're going to do a 5.0 bounce, what are you going to do? The dollar looks to me like it's going to do a bounce, and if that's what we get, folks, you're going to get a little more pullback. And as I talked about, we're coming into the holiday week. We'll see where the whole baby shakes out. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night, folks. Have a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 a.m. Great show, folks. Go get him, folks.